Hey y'all, welcome to Receive and Relate. If you have not been here before, my name is Tara Walker. I welcome you. Thank you for being here. If you have already been here, welcome back. Hey. So I just wanted to encourage those of you who have been feeling like, or you've been sensing God nudging you. You have been just like in your spirit, like feeling like, excuse me, y'all. I'm sorry, you mess with my hair right now. Or you've been just feeling this urge, right, to leave your 9-to-5 job. I encourage you to pray, because 9 times out of 10, that urge, that feeling, that nudge is God. And one thing about God, he'll confirm for you. And I would say, go for it. And the reason why I say that is because that nudge, that feeling, that urge to do that was my story. Okay? So, last year, I retired from my 9-to-5 job at 44 years old. Yes, I know, right? 44 years old. Now, God told me a few years ago, he told me that I would not be retiring from a 9-to-5 in that normal age range that you typically retire, like with in like your 60s. I think right now, the way they keep moving age up, by the time 2030 get here, probably be 70 years old before you could retire, child. But anyway, it seemed like they keep taking the age up. But he told me that I wouldn't be retiring like that at that age, and I didn't forget about that. I remember that, but I'm sorry. I did forget. I'm sorry, correction. I did forget about that for some time. The only reason I forgot about it is because I wasn't thinking, because I was in school and my job paid for my schooling, right? So it was a blessing for me to be at that job. God gave me that job, as a matter of fact. That's a testimony for another time how I got to that job. I retired 1 month shy of 11 years. In December of 2023, it would have been December 3rd. 2023, it would have been 11 years, right? But I graduated with my master's degree last May of 2023, and it was almost immediately, like, I kid you not, almost immediately after I graduated, I was getting this nudge, right? But I knew that this test was coming, that I scheduled, I think, end of July, because I wanted to make sure I had time to take it. And the test was, I graduated with my master's degree in social work, right? And so in order to get your license, you can still work with your master's degree, but in order to to actually have the license behind it, which is the LMSW, you need to take this test, right? This big long test. Whoo, child. Long story short, I did not pass the test, right? In July, when the time July came, I didn't pass the test. But I was still getting this urge anyway. I was still getting this push to leave. And then when that happened, I definitely did, because I was like, okay, now God, now what? Because in my mind, my focus through the year of me and the couple years of me getting my master's degree, my mind was focused on getting that license and then going into the field of social work, because that is the field that the Lord told me to get my degree in. My bachelor's is in psychology. And so that was on my mind that whole time. But when I didn't pass the test, because go into that, the logistics of that test needs to really be reviewed, but that's a story for another time. But anyway, I didn't pass it. And so I even had like coworkers, even my boss, was coming to me and asking me what was next. And I didn't really know. I didn't know, but I do know I was having this urge to leave my job. Now, here is what I would love for you not to do. Okay, this is something that I did, and I'm telling you this because I don't want you to do this. Okay, when you are getting this urge, or when you are getting, or you feeling in your spirit, you know what I'm saying, that there's something else for there's something else out, that there is something else out there for you, you know what I'm saying, that this job is just not, it's not jobbing anymore, okay? It's not. And then for me, I wasn't even in my field, you know what I'm saying, so I was definitely not feeling it anymore, you know what I'm saying. It's like, it's like I finished the assignment, because when I started school, I was already working on my job about a year, almost 2 years. And the Lord told me, he said, okay, I literally gave you a gold mine. I put you on this job for a reason, so that you can take advantage of the benefits. Go to school, right? Scared out my mind to start, but I did it anyway, right? And I'm so glad I did. So so my, like I said, my main focus all those years was school. So I finished the assignment. You know, I finished what God told me to do, both degrees, right? Because right after the bachelor's, he said immediately, before I even got the bachelor's, I had to apply for grad, right? Immediately go right into it. No taking no breaks, no nothing like that. So I did. And but then like I said, I finished, I graduated. Then I didn't pass the test. So I'm like, okay, God, now what? And he been urging me. So this is what he had already been urging me. So this is what I want you all not to do. Don't do this, okay? I beg you, please don't do this. When you feel that it is God that is pushing you, or when you feel that it's this nudge, or when you, because you know, I'm not all talking to people of God. When this video, you know, whoever it reaches, it's not always going to be somebody, a person, you know, I'm saying a Christian or whatever, because this applies to whoever. When you get that nudge, or when you get that feeling, you know what I'm saying, that it's not, don't do this, leader, this not it, the 9 to 5 ain't it no more, the 9 to 5 ain't 9 to 5 and no more. Don't go asking everybody. Do not seek confirmation from people. Please don't do that. Don't do what I did, okay? Don't do what I did. And this is definitely the people of God, because what we do, when I am talking to the people of God right now too, don't ask for confirmation in people. Go to God to confirm. God will always confirm, okay? And for me, because I'm a Christian, I'm going to come from a Christian perspective. But again, I'm saying it applies to everybody, because even if you're not a believer or whatever, it doesn't mean God ain't speaking to you, okay? I'm just letting you know. It be got that nudge, that which people call that gut feeling, that be the Lord, okay? But don't go asking people. God will confirm. And so what happened for me, y'all, is God literally gave me a dream. And in the dream, I was literally leaving my job. Like, it was a whole movie how it happened. And do you know when it happened? Do you know it happened almost exactly like my dream? Like, almost to the T. I was like, oh my God, this is my dream. And so but what happened in the meantime, in between time, I was telling people, and you know what I'm saying, and talking and saying, I feel like God is leading this, I feel like, you know, I feel like this, I feel like that, seeking for confirmation in people. And so it got all the way to the point, one night, I was talking to God, right? I was praying after worship and prayer, and I was like, God, I feel like this is what you're telling me to do. Can you confirm? And the Lord said, daughter, I already confirmed. I gave you the dream. And I said, oh yeah, right? Because I dream every night. Lord Jesus, I dream every time I close my eyes, right? So at the time, I probably had the dream some few weeks before, right? And so, but at this time when I'm sitting here praying, there was a woman of God who spoke into my life, gave word of knowledge, almost literally exactly, not even almost, it was. She gave so much word of knowledge, it was literally exactly my life. And she did not know anything about, I hadn't talked to her. I knew her, but I hadn't talked to her anything. She wasn't one of the people that I called for clarity or confirmation. She didn't know what the Lord had been putting on my spirit. And God used her and spoke to me through her. And And that's what prompted me after the prayer and worship, after worship, to talk to him about it because of her, like the day before. Because once she spoke that, it like really bubbled in my spirit. It was like really, it was almost like, even my husband was sitting there at the time, and so it was like almost like undeniable what God was saying. And sure enough, he said, well, daughter, I gave you the confirmation. You had the dream. And I was like, I did. It was like a aha moment. Do you know the next day I put in my 2 weeks notice? I couldn't wait till the sun come up. I couldn't wait for I didn't even tell my husband, because I didn't want the enemy to try to stop something or sabotage, like my boss don't come in all of a sudden that morning, or we be so busy and I wasn't able to sit down and talk to her. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want nothing like that. So I ain't even mentioned it to him till after I did it. Then I went and called him in the conference room and told him what I did. And he was 100% supportive. But yeah, I just wanted to encourage you, just to say, if you feeling that nudge or whatever, it is something else for you to do. Now, people that are listening to this, and you may not be a Christian, you may not be, somebody that your go-to right now, I pray that it will be. I pray that eventually it will be. But your go-to might not necessarily be God. Please understand that there is something for you to do on this earth. You understand? And if you feeling that nudge, that is something for God. That is something God wants you to do. It's something else, that it's some other type of plan that he has for you. You understand? It's something else that you're supposed to do. You know what I mean? And I want to make sure I preference this too. I am not by any means saying everybody should lead a 9 to 5. No. I am not saying that. It is certain people, and you know who you are because you'll have that in your nudge. And some of y'all that nudge been nudging for years. Some of y'all been feeling like this. This ain't nothing recent. You understand what I'm saying? Some of y'all have hopped the job to job because it's not because you a job hopper or whatever necessarily. It's not even because of the salary necessarily. It's because you just don't feel like you're not content, or whatever job it is. You're not content. Some of y'all have salaries in the 6 figures, but you still not content on the job. It's because there's something else that you're supposed to do. And so I just want to encourage you real quick, this short video, and just say, you listen to the nudge. People of God, listen to your spirit. It's God. God will confirm, okay? He will. He is a God of confirmation. He will confirm for you. So I really hope this encourages you, because there's more for you. But again, I don't want the people who work the 9 to 5 and not getting this nudge. I don't want you to feel like, well, it's not something I'm supposed to do. Yes, because remember when I said when I was on my job, I was assigned there, right, to go to school and stuff like that. So sometimes you are assigned there for a reason, and you could be there for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? What do I mean by that? You could be there. Your presence at that 9 to 5 job could be there for a reason. Somebody needs you. You understand? Somebody needs you. That's what we do. That's why we go to jobs. Why we apply for jobs, because of your skills. Your skills are needed in that particular company or area, whatever it is, maybe to advance that company to a certain place. You know what I'm saying? Your knowledge and stuff like that. All of that comes from God. Don't get it twisted. So you may, for this season or for this certain time, you have to be, you see what I'm saying? So I don't want you to feel like, feel left out, like, I'm not getting that urge. I'm not getting that, you know what I'm saying? So, but am I not supposed to do something? Absolutely. We all have certain assignments. We supposed to be at certain places at certain time, because it's God's timing. God's timing is everything, right? So do not feel discouraged when I'm telling you that. This is more for the people. This video is for the people who have been feeling that nudge, whether it be yesterday, whether it be earlier this year, whether it be 15 years ago. You have something else to do besides the job that you are on. You have something else on this earth to do. There is people that need your talents and abilities elsewhere, outside of the 4 walls of your office cubicle or your office, wherever you work at. You know what I'm saying? There's a people out there that needs your voice. There are people out there that need your skills in other areas. You see what I'm saying? And so I really hope this encourages you all. But yes, take away. If you're feeling a nudge to leave, listen to the nudge, okay? People of God, let God confirm. He probably has already confirmed. And I pray that this video is your last and final confirmation, because I was so excited when God told me what I was so excited, because it's nothing like being not sure or confused about something, and then you just then God brings that clarity. Man, listen, it's nothing like it, right? So I pray that my video is your clarity. I pray that my video is your confirmation, okay? And much success. If you have not subscribed or whatever, I pray you subscribe to the channel. This is a podcast, which is a ministry. Receive and Relate is a podcast, which is the ministry, okay? And I said like and subscribe. I also have a book, a memoir that I wrote and I released, and it's called Cage Girl. The link for the book will be in the description box below. It is in paperback and also ebook. It is the story, the first half of my life, okay? Cage Girl 2 will be out, God willing, next year. That's it. I love you, but know that God loves you more. And remember, people receive when they can relate. I hope you are able to relate to this video. If so, drop a comment and say I can relate. Until next time, bye.